Good evening, children. So I hope you all are now got a break and you are ready to come for the next one more session. So to now the last session, can you just on the video, children? If you have any problem, only I am on the board and only hardly few students. So we are going to discuss some of the problems related to what we have learned today. Clear? Okay. So first problem. Question number 1. Show that the area of the triangle contained between the vectors. Contained between the vectors A and B is one half the magnitude of A cross B. Okay. So we have to prove area of the triangle contained between the vectors. So we have a diagram, a triangle with the vectors. It contained. That means let us have the triangle PQR. It make an angle theta. And we consider PQ is vector A and B is vector B. And small letter A and B are the magnitudes of vector A and vector B. Okay, what we have to do? We have to prove half of A cross B. Half of A cross B is the area of the triangle. That means we have to get what's the area of the triangle, Nandana? In mathematics, what is the area of the triangle? In mathematics, half BH, half base into height. Clear? So here we are having base as a vector and this is as a B. So in order to get height, we draw a perpendicular. So we assume this is an equilateral triangle. We assume. That means this is making 90 degree. So this is our H. We have to prove either this one or this one. It is actually equal to half into B into H. Okay. So let vector A and vector B represent the two sides PQ and PR of a triangle PQR. So we have to prove its cross product. So let us take it. Therefore, half of modulus A cross B. This is what we have to prove. We have to prove half A cross B is actually equal to half into base into height. So we are writing modulus of A cross B means it is magnitude we are taking. So we know that in cross product, A cross B actually is equal to half AB sine theta. Half AB sine theta. And what we are going to do means we have to get the value of B sine theta. Already A you know. A actually equal to the base. So what we have to get? You have to get B sine theta. So we can write it the same equation. B sine theta separate, half cross, half into A. Okay. Half into A B sine theta. Now you have to find out what is B sine theta. Okay, B sine theta you can find out from one of the right angle triangle, correct? Sine theta is equal to, if you assume this is H, sine theta is equal to opposite side by adjacent side. Sorry, opposite side by hypotenuse. So you can write it down. Therefore, we have sine theta is equal to opposite side. So opposite side of theta is H and this is B. H by B. Therefore, what is H? H is equal to B sine theta. So we can substitute, instead of B sine theta, we substitute H. Therefore, now what we have to do? Half A into H. And what is A? The magnitude of vector A actually is equal to base. So half into base into height. Half into base into height. Or according to that, magnitude is given in terms of small letter A. So we can prove that half A cross B, half modulus of A cross B is equal to half base half A H. That's equal to area of the triangle. This is a manipulation of the vectors. Okay, next question. Question number 2. So you just have that table with you, that moment of inertia table. Okay, so you can write the question. A solid cylinder of mass a solid cylinder of mass 20 kg rotates about its axis with angular speed angular speed means velocity, angular speed 100 radian per second. The radius of the cylinder is radius of the cylinder is 0.25 meter. What is the kinetic energy? What is the kinetic energy associated with the rotation? The rotation of the cylinder. the cylinder. Then what is the magnitude? What is the magnitude? What is the magnitude of angular momentum? What is the magnitude of angular momentum of the cylinder? So there are two questions in that. So that means you have to first learn what is moment of inertia. Okay. Okay, children, what is the question? A solid cylinder of mass 20 kg rotates about its axis with angular speed. So mass is given to you, angular velocity omega is given to you. The radius of the cylinder is given to you. What we have to find out? Kinetic energy associated with the rotation. That means we are supposed to use not half mv square, we have to use the rotational kinetic energy, that is half I omega square. The question is not about total energy. The question is about rotational kinetic energy. So we can write, therefore, rotational kinetic energy we have learned in the morning session, that is half I omega square. Already angular velocity you know. What you don't know? Moment of inertia. For that you have to learn the equation of solid cylinder. It's a solid cylinder, it is not a hollow cylinder. So since it's a solid cylinder, its inertia is mr squared by 2. You can check on the table if it is correct. Okay. Then we have to just substitute that equation. So that's I told you, you need to learn that by heart, that table. Okay. So solid cylinder, it is given mr square by 2. Substitute half into half mr square into omega square. Now let us substitute. Half means you are going to get 1 by 4. Mass is given 1 by 4 into 20. Radius is 0.25 square into omega square. It is given 100 square. 100 square. So very simple. 4 and 20 can cancel. You will get 5. Now 5 into 25 you do. 5 into 25 very simple, no? 25 square. First to square the 25. Let it keep the decimal there. You can just find out the 25 square. That is 625. Then just shift to the decimal. Then do the remaining portions. Get me the answer. (25 square) 625. That into 5. Then afterwards, finally, add this 100 square. Means put the zeros and just shift to the decimal. That's enough. All the students are there. Only few students today. All must have slept off, I think. Last class, only 10 students of +1. Out of 33, only 10 students. Yes, correct, Achyut. Sania, did you get the answer? You can send in the chat box. Achyut, the answer is correct. Miss, out of 33, only 10 students. Out of 33, only 10 students joined in the last class. Yes, correct. What about others? Both of you correct. Nandana, did you complete?
I'm doing that.
Do. You have to get little speed, children. Achyut, correct. Dia, did you get the answer? What is the answer? You got it? You can send in the chat box, no problem, if you don't want to see. Because I know after 5 classes, maybe network GB problem you may have. Donna, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you show your face? I think I did not see you for a long time. You are there in the class, but it is a +2, no +1 class. Sometimes we don't see everyone. Correct? So shall I go? So you got the answer 3125. Yes. So first part is over. 3125 joule. After 100 square, putting the decimal, everything, you will get final 3125 joule. Still, we did not complete. We have to find out angular momentum. Angular momentum, I omega. Angular momentum, again, I omega. Substitute the equation, moment of inertia. That is mr square by 2 into omega. mr square, you already know what it is. That is 20 into 0.25 square into omega 100. mr square. Yes, mr square. You can cancel 2 and 20. You will get 10. And this is going to be simple 625. Put to the zeros, shift to the decimal, and you will get the answer. 25.25 square, 625. I hope everyone will get it. So I am going to skip that. So you will get finally answer 62.5 angular momentum. Okay. So joule second or torque equation, you can use Newton meter torque equations. So in this case, joule second, angular momentum SI unit. Okay, can I go to the next one? Next problem. A rope of, third problem, a rope of negligible mass. A rope of negligible mass is wound around a hollow cylinder. Wound around a hollow cylinder of mass 3 kg and of mass 3 kg and radius 40 centimeter. Find the angular acceleration. Find the angular acceleration when rope is pulled. Rope is pulled with a force of 30 Newton. Second question corresponding to that. Find what is the linear acceleration. So angular and the linear, both. We have to find out what is the linear acceleration of the rope. So here we are ignoring the frictional force and all. So we are just going to direct. So first we have to learn, you have to understand, a rope of negligible mass is wound around a hollow cylinder. So this is hollow cylinder. So Suppose a rope is wound around and it has been pulled with the force of 30 Newton. And this is axis of rotation. Axis of rotation. From this, you know, the acceleration is actually at theta 90 degree. Rope is pulling, but you know the cylinder. Cylinder is having a turning effect when it is turning. Just like what you call in mill and all, how you grind a coconut and turn into the coconut oil. There is a cylindrical rope. It round around it. So it's more or less something like that. Clear? So what is the first thing? If you want to find a torque T, we have to first find out what is the moment of inertia, because it is also exhibit rotational motion. That is why angular acceleration. So from the table you will get moment of inertia of the cylinder, of the hollow cylinder. Previous problem it was solid cylinder, but it is the hollow cylinder. Hollow cylinder, I is equal to mr square, that is equal to 3 into radius is given 40 centimeter, so 40 turn into meter, that is 40 into 10 to the power of minus 2 square. It's very simple, no? Because 40 square is 16,000 into 3, so you will get 48,000 into 10 to the power of that into 10 to the power of minus 4, or you can make it little more simple by taking these two zeros as powers of 10. You will again getting 48 into 10 to the power of minus 2. Now in this case, mr square, the unit is kg meter square. So that is moment of inertia, because we have to find out angular acceleration. (48,000 into 10 to the power of minus 4). 48,000 you can, sorry, 4,800. 4,800 you can write it like 48 into 10 to the power of positive 2. 10 to the power of positive 2 into 10 to the power of minus 4. Again you are getting 10 to the power of minus 2. Okay. What is the next step? The relation between torque and angular acceleration you have learned I alpha. So already I you got it. Now you have to find out the torque, because alpha we have to find out. So you have to find, yes?
Can you show the last page?
Oh, again? Okay. Any doubt in this slide? Achyut, are you okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now you have to find out the torque. Okay. So I told you the torque in the case of rotation, torque is acting perpendicular. Therefore, torque is equal to F R sine theta. Force is given to you. Force is given 30 Newton. 30 Newton, and radius of the cylinder is given as again 40 centimeter, you know. 40 into 10 to the power of minus 2 and sine 90. Sine 90 means 1. So finally you are getting a simple answer. (30 into 40), that is 1,200 into 10 to the power of minus 2. Again it is going to be 12 Newton meter. See, depending upon how you are taking, you can see the SI unit can be changed. So in this case, torque you are finding Fr. We are not using I omega because there is no need of this. Our intention is to find out alpha. Alpha means angular acceleration. So depending upon the question, you have to use a number of formula you have learned. So depending upon the question, you have to use any of this formula. Now we can substitute. Alpha is equal to torque by I. Torque you got it as 12. 12 divided by moment of inertia, we got it 48 into 10 to the power of minus 2. You can go little more easy, take the 10 to the power of minus 2 upstairs. So if you take it, it is going to be 10 square by 48. Then easily you can do 1200 divided by 48. Can you do and give me 1200 divided by 48? Okay, what did answer you got, children? Can you tell me? Anyone? Nandan?
25.
25, correct. 25 radian per second square because it is alpha. So you can write the answer 25 radian per second square. So angular acceleration is over. Now second part, linear acceleration. That is A. Linear acceleration. It is very simple. You can apply the Newton's equation. Linear acceleration, if you want to find out, by Newton's second law, correct? Newton's second law, we have F is equal to ma. Therefore, we can write A is equal to F by M. It's a linear, so we don't have to think about the angle and all. So A is equal to F by M. F is 30 Newton, 30 by 3 kg. You are going to get 10. So that's simple question. 10 meter per second square. Okay. So another 5 more minutes, but whether I will complete, I don't know the problem because the big problems are there. Okay, I cut short of a question. You just write the input. So I just read the question. It is in your textbook 7.14. Textbook 7.14. I just read. Only input we will write. To maintain a rotor at a uniform angular speed of 200 radian per second. So what is given to you? Angular velocity given to you. Angular velocity. Yeah, that is given to you. 200. It's a direct question. We can finish within 2 minutes. And an engine needs to transmit a torque of 180. Torque is given to you 180 Newton meter. And what is the power required by the engine? You have to calculate the power. And it is given that the engine is 100% efficient. That means there is no frictional force, there is no resistive forces. So we don't have to think about the angle, anything such as directly you can do. Because we already learned in the morning our equation, that is power is equal to, do you remember? Torque omega.
Ma'am. Can you tell which page number?
Page number,
I mean the exercise part.
exercise 7.14. You check that 7.14. Okay, because I have done on the book, so I don't remember the page number. It is in 7.14. Exercise 7th chapter, NCERT exercise 7th chapter 14.
I had a doubt whether it was example or exercise.
Not example, it is a NCERT exercise. Direct question, no? Angular velocity given to you. What you have to find out? Power. So direct question. This is actual objective type question because you don't have to think. Only you have to learn the questions. 18 times 2 is 36. So you will get this much. Okay. Watt. Power unit is watt, or you can write it 36 kilowatt. Because 1 kilowatt is equal to 1000 watt. Okay. So shall we end up the session? So next class we will do 2-3 more problem and then we go to the gravitation. Clear? Okay. Okay, student, thank you. So we end up the session.